Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Riz. Welcome back to my channel. My channel. My channel. My channel. I feel like I have been away for forever. Y'all probably like, girl, where in the world have you been? I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm back today with a brow tutorial. So many of you guys have been asking me to show you how I do my own brows, and so that's what I'm bringing to you today. All of the products will be listed below in the description box, so if you have any questions before you write me in the comments, make sure that you check that, because there is nothing worse than taking like 45 minutes out of your day after editing for 10 hours and somebody is asking you a question that is most likely answered in the description box. So check the description box. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I went ahead and filled this eyebrow in, and this one isn't obvi. Normally I do my eyebrows before I do the rest of my face, meaning I do my eyebrows before I do my eye makeup and my face makeup, but for the sake of this video and because I have to go to work soon, I went ahead and did the rest of my face. So the first thing that I do is I take my spoolie, and this one is the Veluxe Brow Liner from MAC. I really don't like this product. As far as the pencil goes, that's what the pencil looks like. I don't know why I don't like it, but I just don't. I'm going to start by brushing through my brow, and I'm going to comb the hairs up, and then once they're up, I'm going to go ahead and brush them over in the direction that the hair grows. And throughout this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a few little tips that helps me, and I find it easier to do my brows when I raise them like this, kind of, you know. Normally if my brows were really untamed, because they do tend to grow a little long, I would trim them, and to do that I just brush them straight up. I'm not doing it today because they're not really as wild as they normally are, so then I go ahead and just trim it just like that with the brow trimming scissors. And then if I have any unwanted, ooh, my hands are so dry. You guys, if you notice that my hands are dry in any of my videos, it's because I am literally always, like every other second, I kid you not, I'm always washing my hands, because I hate having dirty hands, for one, and number two, I'm always touching my face. I'm always, you know, working on other people's faces because I am a professional makeup artist here, and you know, I'm kind of a germaphobe, so just bear with me. Please don't talk about my ashy hands. I have a really good hand cream in my bag, so we're not going to talk about it. Anyway, if I have some hairs that need to be plucked underneath, you know, if I need to clean this area up, I will. I just did this yesterday because I tried to film this video yesterday and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So after you've tweezed them, or you get them waxed or threaded or whatever you do to keep your brows pretty groomed, like I said, you just want to comb the hairs up and then brush them in the direction that your hair naturally grows. So for the next step, I'm going to use an eyebrow pencil to outline the bottom portion of my brow, and my favorite pencil in particular is the MAC spiked eyebrow pencil. I have tried the Brow Wiz, I've tried every other brow pencil that you can think of, and I always tend to gravitate back to the spiked pencil. I don't know why. I don't know why. So with the brow pencil of your choice, you're just going to start by outlining your brow. So I'm going to start at the very front of my brow, kind of where my nose contour starts, like right here if you can see it. I'm going to start right there, and I'm literally going to just outline the bottom portion of my brow. So as you guys just saw, when I got to the arch of my brow, kind of like right here, I brought the line down just because this area is naturally sparse and I want everything to just flow. So I went ahead and kind of filled that part in a little bit more than I did the rest of it. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing to the top. And once I get to the arch of my brow, like I said before, it's naturally sparse right here. So I kind of like to go a little more heavy-handed in that area. And then I'm just going to connect it to the bottom with the tail. So now I'm going to be filling in my brow with a brow pomade. And this specific one is the Salon Perfect brow pomade in the shade dark brown. I have tried the Anastasia dip brow pomade. I don't know why I stopped using it. I guess because I ran out and I just didn't feel like spending the money to get a new one, honestly. So I got this particular one at Walmart. I think it was like $8 or something like that, and it works just as well as the dip brow pomade. So for this part, I'm going to be using a small angled brush. This one in particular is the MAC 208. So I'm going to take my angled brush and dip a tiny bit of it into the brow pomade, just like that. And a little bit of this product goes a long way, so you don't want to overload your brush with the brow pomade. So for this part, I like to start in the middle of my brow and just lightly begin to fill it in using small hair-like strokes. Then when I get to this part of my brow, like once I start coming to the front of my brow, first of all, I'm going to turn the brush on its side, and then I'm going to push the product up through those hairs. And for this part, you want to use a very light hand because you don't want those super extra boxy, ugly brows that everybody be talking about in a bad way. So I'm turning the brush on its side and I'm flicking the product up. I'm literally just pushing a little bit through the hair so it can mimic real hair. Now for the more sparse areas, you want to apply more product, obviously. Okay, so now you just want to take your spoolie again and comb through the brow so that there aren't any harsh lines, and then brush it over again. Now if you wanted to, you could just stop here and your brow will be perfectly natural and on fleek still. But if you want it to be a little bit more crisp, like you just came from getting your brows threaded and they're super on fleek, I'm sure that you guys have heard of the concealer method, which is what I'm about to show you. So you want to take another angled brush or something that's really small and dense. I'm using another plain old angle brush that I got from my what were you about to say, girl? My local beauty supply store. And I'm going to take a cream concealer. Now you don't really want to use liquid for this. Some people like to use the foundation that they wear because it's the same shade as their skin tone. I, however, like to use cream concealers because liquid concealers move around a whole lot more than creams and it's a lot harder to manage. So I'm just going to go into my Eclipse palette from Coastal Scents, and this is a 15 concealer shade palette. It's so messy. I know you guys don't say anything about my messy behind concealer. And I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is the most closest to my skin tone. And I'm literally just going to put a tiny bit of product on my brush. I'm just making dabbing motions just like that. Dab. So then you're going to do the exact same thing that you did with the pencil. But for this part, I recommend that you have patience, take your time, and don't freak out if you don't get it right on the first try, girl. So I'm going to start at the front of my brow, just like I did with my pencil, and begin to just clean up that area. And like I said before, it really helps to raise your eyebrows so you can get a more precise line. And then you want to keep going until you get all the way to the tail. just like that. So to clean up that line, I'm going to use a smaller concealer brush, a very baby tiny concealer brush, and this one is by e.l.f. I'm going to raise my eyebrows again and do the exact same thing, except for this time I'm kind of going to push the concealer up so it can be more of a straight line. Then if you got a little concealer on your brow, you're just going to take that same angle brush that you used for the pomade and just lightly go back over it. Now it still looks a little light under here, and it looks like, you know, we just cleaned it up with concealer. So what I like to do is take my finger and blend it out just like that. Ooh, girl! Now if you wanted to stop here, you absolutely can, but I'm super extra, so we are going to do the exact same thing on the top just to clean up around the whole brow so it can be super on fleek. Now for the top of my brow, I don't use my angle brush, I just go in with the smaller concealer brush. So I'm going to start at the arch of my brow because I really don't need any product on the front, and I'm just carving it out. So now I'm going to extend my tail just a little bit because this tail is a little longer than this one, and we want your brows. You always want your brows to be sisters, not twins. I'm sure that you guys have heard that saying. I don't know why people say that. I'm just going to clean this up a bit more. Just like that. Ooh, that is magic, child. Now I see why these men be like, girl, you are doing some sorcery on me. So the last and final step is to add a brow gel. MAC has some really great brow gels. I can't find the one that I use right now. I have no idea where it went. So I'm just gonna use my Essence Lash and Brow Gel. And I got this product from Sephora. It's really good, but honestly, it's not as good as my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. That stuff is literally like super glue for your eyebrows. So I'm going to take the brush out of the tube, and I'm going to kind of knock off the excess because you don't want it to be too wet, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm just going to brush the hairs up, kind of like we did with the spoolie before, and over. And we're done. So that concludes my eyebrow tutorial showing you guys how I personally do my own brows. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, of course, go ahead and give me a big fat thumbs up. Comment below and let me know what you want to see next. I have to apologize to you guys for not uploading as frequently as I used to. I have just been swamped with work and business, and just a whole lot of exciting things are coming, but I don't want to abandon my baby, so please forgive me. I want to try to start posting at least once a week, maybe that's stretching it just because I have a whole lot of stuff going on right now, and it's a little difficult for me to film and edit and upload in the same week. So y'all just pray my strength. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you with my whole entire heart, and I will talk to you in my next video. Mwah.